If you were to summarize really quickly, like what would be the top 5 advantages for investing in real estate?
So coming back to real estate, the advantages I talked about. I got on a sidetrack about Bitcoin.
No, you're good. You're good.
I talked about income.
Okay.
And so
cash flow, income. Okay.
Cash flow. So as a general rule, when you talk to real estate investors, sort of the examples they give, kind of the holy grails, you find what they call a 1%er, which is a home that the monthly rent is 1% of the value. So if you found a $200,000 house, 1% of that is $2,000. So for a real estate investor, if they found a $200,000 house, their question is, can I rent this for $2,000 a month based on this area characteristics?
Right.
So if you find a 1%er, it's 1% per month times 12 months. You're getting 12% per year pre-expense.
Yeah.
And then your expenses are typically property taxes, historically in Kentucky about 1%.
Yeah.
Homeowners insurance about 0.7%.
Yeah.
So now 12% minus the 1.7, we're at 10.3.
Yeah. That's a pretty decent return.
It's a great return, and a lot of people stop there.
Yeah.
But I think you need to deduct another 2% just for capital improvements, capital expenditures, a furnace going out, AC going out. I think that's one
roofs are big now. Yeah.
I think that's one big mistake that people forget about. So when you deduct that 2% for the rainy day fund, now we're at 8.3%. And so we start adding in so that's your income yield.
Yeah.
And then we start adding in the appreciation.
Yep.
And then, hey, we're getting a good return. That's if we find a 1%er.
Yeah.
Now,
so it's gotten a lot harder here in the Louisville area. And so a lot of conversations I have with clients or potential clients is that, we may not find a 1% today, but I can tell you what the rent might look like here in 5 years, or what the value might look like in 5 years based upon our statistical increases in value. And so I think a lot of people end up being really happy with that eventually they get to, that 1%, but it just might take a little bit more time.
Yeah.
And we have conversations all the time here that several of our real estate investors are happy just to break even on a monthly basis at the beginning. Because they know over time that it'll just keep increasing those yields.
Yeah.
Keep increasing. And some are even fine losing money, a little bit of money each month. So it just depends on what the strategy is. And it's good to talk to somebody like you that knows what they're doing.
Yeah. And I think, I talked about if you found a 1%er, right now, I think a 3/4 of a 1%er is probably more realistic, which that takes you from 12% down to 9%.
Yeah.
And I think I said 8.3 earlier, subtract 3 from that. Now we're at 5.3 for income yield, which is still good.
Yeah.
But it's a lot lower than 8.3. So that's something I think people need to be aware of right now.